Alright guys, so today we're working on a 2004 Audi A4 1.8 turbo, and we're putting a radio in it. It's going to be a single DIN replacing the double DIN. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what we're going to do. So as you can see, we already got the radio out. I'll talk to you about how we did that in a little bit. Alright guys, for this install we're using a Kenwood KDC X302, the 1787 Audi harness. This uses RCA outputs. This has 6 RCA outputs, so we're good. Our antenna adapter, which is a Harmony HA40 VW10, and then we have the American International mounting kit for an Audi. This is from our 02 to 08. This is the correct one. We had the wrong one in the beginning, so this is the right one. I'll show you how it goes on. We're going to start dismantling the dash and taking the radio out, and then we'll move on to the install. Alright guys, so getting this radio out is actually a little tricky if you don't have the tools. So there are pry tools. I'll put a picture in the video that come in here, and you want to get 4 of them so that you can push in and get the radio out. That's actually kind of tough to do if you don't have the tools. So in our case, we didn't have the tools. So with those 4 tools, you're able to pull the radio out. They slide in and lock into place, and you're able to pull the radio out. If you don't have the tools, it's a little more difficult. You're actually gonna pry this faceplate off. When you pry this faceplate off, you're gonna end up breaking it because there are screws right here and down here that hold it in place. So you can pry it off. Basically what prying it off allows you to do is see the gap where the lock is in this hole a lot better, and you can use a regular screwdriver to pry it off. If not, I recommend just buying the pry tools. They're cheap. You can get them on eBay or Amazon, and just stick them in there, and it'll allow you to pull the radio out. Alright guys, so we got all the plugs off the radio. You're gonna have to disconnect this guy with the little tab, and then these have tabs, some on one side, but this black connector has them on both sides, so you just want to make sure you press those on the back down like so, and you'll be able to pull it out. Now we're just going to match up the metric parts we got to make sure they fit the way they're supposed to. Now here guys, you might be a little confused on which one goes where. A good pointer is this has 4 pins, you can see it, and this has 4 pins, but they're scattered. So you'll match it to these, so you can see the bottom has those 4 pins and the top has the 4 pins that are scattered almost. Alright guys, so here are our RCA inputs from the radio, and then here are front speaker inputs. So we're going to use either or. It looks like we're going to end up using these and leaving this one disconnected, or just unpinning those. We'll see in a little bit. We're just going to try everything out. Next we have the antenna adapter. Once we verify it's all hooks up correctly, we'll start wiring things together. Alright guys, so we hooked everything up. The radio didn't turn on. Did a little troubleshooting, and actually we should have caught this in the beginning. So after some troubleshooting, we found out that the German vehicles, most of them don't have accessory 12 volts. There is on their steering column where you can tap into a fuse, but we actually found it here, pin 13. One of the connectors that goes to the climate control, so we're about to figure out exactly what wire it is. But you see, let me see if I can do this. Ready? So it's on, lights on, ignition's on. So we're gonna turn the ignition off, light off, turn the ignition on, light on. Looks like we got it. Let's go and focus up there. We got this guy off. It's a zip tie that gets tied around here, and then has a clip on that end that you push up on. It'll release the connector, and then the connector, this yellow black wire is what we're going to wire tap, and it's 13, and you can see lights on, and then again ignition off, light off, ignition on, light on. Alright guys, we got all our wiring hooked up. You can see on here we got our front speakers, constant power and ground. Then we got our switched power. Then on this side we have the amp turn on. So amp turn on is on the red plug, and then we have our RCA's, and our RCA's are for the sub and rear. So yeah, they're colored coded that way, but they actually are going to go into rear. And they'll go into rear and sub, because the front is taken care of by these. So this is what we ended up looking like. I'm gonna tape everything up and then put everything together with the dash kit, and we'll talk about that in a sec. This dash kit, you're gonna slide your single DIN sleeve in. It's gonna lock into place, and then you're gonna put your radio in. Remember to push the tabs up to the top so it can't come out the front anymore. We got the radio installed. Again, sleeve in first, then you're gonna put the radio, secure it, and then your faceplate. It is a little tough to get it in there. You're gonna have to really push and just be careful. You want to use some force, but not excessive force. And here you go. Here's a demo of the radio. It sounds pretty good. We really don't have any setup left to do. We don't have any tweaks. The customer really is into car audio, so he's gonna make all the tweaks he wants on his end. Alright guys, if you liked the video, if this helped you out, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.